All right. Well, thank you all so much for coming. I know that people kind of roll in as they want, but I will record this. It is recording so that we will have this for those that couldn't make it. And yeah, thank you for being here. So, the intention of this workshop is to focus on gratitude. And so, as you're jumping in, feel free to write gratitude of something that you're feeling delighted about today. And I would also love for you all to drop in the chat in one word how you're feeling today. So, this idea of how we're feeling before we come into this workshop. And then I'm going to ask you that same question at the end to see if anything has shifted for you. So, hello to all the people coming in. And I'm going to go ahead and get us started. So, my name is Mary Beth Fleming, and I have a health and wealth online transformation business. And actually, this workshop is part of an offering that a handful of colleagues and I put together for our Renew You community health transformation that we have going on this month. And I decided to open this up to the public because gratitude is amazing, right? We all deserve more gratitude in our lives. So you can feel free to share this, invite anyone that comes to mind during this workshop, or share this replay with anyone that you like. Um, so why am I hosting this call about gratitude? I want to share just a little bit of my background and my experience with gratitude. So in my early 20s, I was kind of in that phase that many young 20-year-olds go through of like, what am I doing with my life? What's my purpose? Trying this thing, trying another thing, getting kind of discouraged, wanting that instant gratification. And I finally realized that I should just go back to the basics and I should start really just appreciating what I do have and what I have created and see where that gets me. I listened to this really inspiring talk on gratitude and it kind of shifted my perception. And so I committed to a 30-day gratitude journaling exercise where I was waking up every morning and I was doing, check your moods, everyone. I was doing like a 15-minute gratitude meditation. I think at the time I was using Abraham Hicks. And then I would go into gratitude journaling. And then at night, I would do the meditation again. And it was like 15 to 30 minutes of gratitude. And literally, like within just a couple of days of doing this, I started to notice what I like to call and what I hear other people call miracle moments, where these just little aha moments that you have in your life where you're like, wow, that's amazing. And it's not that these weren't happening before. It's just that I was opening my capacity to really recognize and be conscious that they were happening. And shortly, it became like an addiction of mine, this gratitude practice. So 30 days rolled into like 60 days. 60 days rolled into, oh, I'm going to try to do this for 6 months. 6 months rolled into a year. And I did this gratitude practice of gratitude meditation in the morning, 15 to 30 minutes of gratitude journaling every day, and gratitude meditation in the evening for like 3,600 days or something insane, because I literally got to the point where gratitude became like the essential foundation for everything else that I was doing in my life. And when I had kids, that shifted a little bit. My time shifted, but I still make an effort every single day to, before I go to bed and right when I wake up, at least think of things that I'm grateful for. And so today, the purpose of this workshop is to share with you all a few of those gratitude tips and tricks that I do, ways to implement it into your daily life. And I also wanted to share a little bit around like the science behind gratitude and why it actually works. So make sure you have a journal. Make sure you have some water. I'm not going to be talking the whole time. I'm going to talk a little bit here in the beginning, and then we're going to dive into real exercises. So make sure you have a comfortable spot. But one of the things that I notice most about having a daily gratitude practice is that it really enhances your ability to appreciate the small things. And Robert Brunault has this quote where he says, enjoy the little things, for one day you may look back and realize they are the big things. Because I am in much belief that it's all these little moments that we have that lead to the big epiphanies, that lead to the big successes. And what gratitude does for us is it basically allows us to bring in that a thankful appreciation for what we receive or have, whether it's tangible or intangible. So why does gratitude work? I mean, gratitude has been studied scientifically, and what it deems to do in a person's life is that it helps people feel more positive emotions. It helps you relish more in good experiences. It can improve your health. There's actually science out there that shows that gratitude regulates effective functioning of the immune system, which is super important, as we all know. It helps us deal with adversity, and it helps us build a strong relationship with ourselves, most importantly, and with others. So Zig Ziglar always says gratitude is the healthiest of all human emotions. And basically, the reason being is gratitude drives happiness, right? Happiness is an internal game. We can't rely on others to make us happy, on external sources to make us happy. Gratitude is a way of driving happiness from within. And happiness is what boosts productivity, and productivity reveals mastery, and mastery is what inspires the world. So I was on a conversation today with a business colleague, and we were talking about what are some business tips for success. And my number one business tip was having a daily gratitude practice, because it is the foundation that allows you to create that mastery in your life and recognize that mastery when it arrives. So here's a little science behind gratitude. When we express gratitude, they have studied the brain, and actually dopamine and serotonin get released in the brain when we express gratitude. And these are two crucial neurotransmitters that are responsible for our emotions. And they basically make us feel good, right? They enhance our mood immediately once these neurotransmitters are released from within our brain. So by consciously practicing gratitude every day, we can help create new neural pathways that strengthen themselves and ultimately create a permanent, grateful, and positive nature within ourselves. So, think about those people that you've been around where they're positive, like you say something and they just constantly are, solution oriented. They say positive things and you're like, wow, that person is so positive. And then think about the other hand where you see people that are negative and they're like, wow, everything that comes out of that person's mouth is so negative. This is a trained habit, right? People who are positive is because they consciously work on being positive. And a lot of times people who fall into the negativity trap aren't aware of what they're doing. So what gratitude does for us is help us to start creating these neural networks that create our behaviors. And then these behaviors create our actions. So what we're doing when we're crafting a gratitude practice is we're really creating emotional resilience. And this is probably one of the biggest keys to life, right? Emotional resilience. One of the other things that scientists have studied is the reduction of cortisol levels in our body. And cortisol is what creates stress in the body. And they've noticed when people practice gratitude, their cortisol levels go down. So not only does this help us release toxic emotions, but it also helps us reduce anxiety, depression, switch our mood, feel more resilient, and able to bounce back quicker from the emotional turbulence as we experience it. So the limbic system, which is part of the brain that is responsible for all emotional experience, it consists of the thalamus, the hypothalamus, the amygdala, the hippocampus. And studies have shown that the hippocampus and the amygdala, I don't even know how to say amygdala, thank you, are the two main sites for regulating emotion, memory, bodily function, and getting activated. They get activated when we feel gratitude. So they've studied the brain and they actually see people who practice gratitude, these parts of the brain start firing. So if you want to work on your digestive system, start developing a gratitude for your food, for your eating habits. If you want to work on your mood, start developing a gratitude practice for all the different emotions that you experience and how they may or may not be serving you in your life. If you want to enhance your relationships, start a gratitude practice around the lessons you learn for each of those relationships. If you want to develop a better body image relationship, start being grateful for this body exactly as it is now, right? We can start implementing these things daily to really shift how we're experiencing the world. So I'm going to share with you guys really quick a cool little diagram that has been helpful for me. So here it is. I was talking about gratitude being the foundation for everything. This graph shows that gratitude helps us create optimism, helps us create more selflessness in our life, helps us deepen our spiritual practice, helps us develop more empathy, more self-esteem, self-worth, And these are all the pillars that lead to true happiness. So if you really want to find happiness in your life, it starts from within, right? And gratitude journaling, gratitude practices are a great way to do that. Some of what we went over to gratitude in the brain. It is scientifically proven to reduce fear and anxiety by regulating stress hormones, enhances dopamine and serotonin, like we talked about, wires and fires new neural connections that create the bliss center in your body. And it fosters cognitive restructuring by evoking positive thinking. So gratitude isn't just some like woo woo thing, it's real. It really has scientific education and research around it, how it's improving people's lives. So I'm going to share with you guys a few things that you can implement into your daily life. And then we're actually going to get into these gratitude exercises that I use personally and many others have used to create more success in their life. And number one tip is create a gratitude jar for yourself. So you want a jar where you may, maybe it's in your kitchen where you see it multiple times a day. And if you have a family, I encourage doing this practice with all of you, but leave a little piece of paper by that jar. And every time you walk by it during the day, write on that piece of paper, the little things that you're feeling blessed by. Maybe it's someone smiled at you, or, you just had a good workout, whatever it is, write those on the notepad, throw them in the gratitude jar. And at the end of the day, maybe it's during dinner, maybe it's before bed, you pour out those gratitudes and you read them to your family, to your friends, to yourself, to really reminisce in the blessed things that are happening on a daily basis. So this is one simple trick that you can do. Another thing is implementing a gratitude meditation. And I'm going to take you guys through a really quick 6-minute one here. But like I said, go on YouTube, find one that resonates with you, make up your own, have some kind of sitting practice with gratitude every single day. Another thing is gratitude journaling, which again, we're going to go into some gratitude journaling, how I implement it, but basically 5 to 15 minutes a day, gratitude journaling. And at the least, before you go to bed and before you wake up, take a few moments, a minute to 5 minutes, to think about the things that you're grateful for. And another practice that I really learned that helps me a lot is the phrase, pause, breathe, and appreciate. So I even snap when I do this. If I'm triggered by something, or maybe something happens that it was unexpected and it didn't really go the way I wanted it to, or I had a fight or whatever it is, pause, breathe, appreciate. Pause, breathe, appreciate. And I do that until I start to feel my body getting into that state of appreciation. And then I can start to slow down, reduce my levels of cortisol, and start to think about gratitude versus all the things that are going wrong or all the discontent I'm experiencing or feeling. So that is a tool that I implement with my children when they're having a breakdown. Pause, breathe, appreciate. And then we talk about something that they're grateful for. So you can use it for yourself. You can use it for your family. You can use it for your friends, whatever it is. So that's all I'm going to tell you guys about, talking, because I really want us to dive into these practices. So I'm going to give everyone like a 30-second break to make sure that you have your water, you have your journal, grab some headphones if you're in a loud place so that you can tune in. And we're going to start with a 6-minute gratitude journal, and then gratitude meditation. And then we're going to dive right into gratitude journaling. And during this gratitude journaling, it's very simple. It's like a mind dump. Basically, you're going to get your piece of paper and you're just going to write, I am grateful for, I am grateful for, and you're just going to write whatever comes to your mind. So it might be, I am grateful for this hangnail because it reminded me I want to cut my nails today. Like, I am grateful for the fact that I'm actually in a really loud environment when I wanted to be in a quiet environment because it's making me focus more, or, whatever it is. Don't judge it. Just write it down. I am grateful for, I am grateful for. So I'll give you all just like 30 seconds to get resituated. And then I'm going to go ahead and start that meditation. So find a nice place to sit. Let me get that going for you all. So here we are. This particular gratitude meditation is by Deepak Chopra. It's one I really love because it's short, simple, quick, and it really gets you into that feel. So go ahead and close your eyes if it feels comfortable for you. Take those deep breaths, pause, breathe, appreciate. Here we go.
This meditation is about gratitude and forgiveness. Gratitude opens the door to abundance consciousness, and forgiveness allows you to get in touch with your soul. Forgiveness is absence of peace. Forgiveness is letting go of resentments, grievances, anger and hostility and judgment. Nelson Mandela once said, holding on to a resentment is like holding on to poison or drinking poison and hoping it'll kill your enemy. It doesn't work. If you embrace gratitude and forgiveness, you will find that you open the door not only to abundance, but infinite creativity, which is an expression of your soul. Please close your eyes and observe your breathing. Do not manipulate your breath, just observe it. If you're distracted by thoughts, noises, or sensations, just gently come back to your breathing. Allow your mind to settle into your breath. Now, with your eyes closed, put your awareness into the area of your heart. Just mentally ask the question, what am I grateful for? Just ask the question, let it go. What am I grateful for? Allow any sensations, images, feelings, and thoughts to come to you. Just do this for a couple of minutes. What am I grateful for? What am I grateful for? Ask the question, let it go. What am I grateful for? What am I grateful for? Allow any sensations, images, feelings, and thoughts to come to you. Now, keeping your awareness in your heart, mentally say to yourself, today I will judge nothing that happens. Repeat that a few times mentally, with your eyes closed, with awareness in your heart. Today, I will judge nothing that happens. Today, I will judge nothing that happens. Let go, relax into your body, and slowly open your eyes.
Okay, now go ahead and grab
You became
your journals. And like I said, we're just going to dive into a gratitude mind dump. So don't think about it. Next 5 minutes, I am grateful for. I am grateful for. Here we go. All right, go ahead and drop your pen. I know it can be hard to stop. I know once I start, like I can't stop. So if that's you, know you can come back to it. And go ahead and just place one heart on your chest and one on your stomach and just see how you're feeling. Notice if you feel any different than when you first arrived, if there's any more calmness in your being. And this next exercise can sometimes be a tough one for people. And I feel it's one of the most. It's going to be a gratitude practice of appreciation for yourself. So there is so much healing that happens when we forgive, not only ourselves, but others. So typically I like to do this practice in the mirror, but for the purpose of this workshop, we're going to do it on our piece of paper. And for the next 3 minutes, you're going to journal, you're going to write, what do you appreciate yourself for? Or I am grateful that I blank. I am grateful that I am loyal, disciplined, kind, loving, whatever the words are, the experiences are, and just get into that space of love and forgiveness with yourself. And so here we go. I am grateful that you fill in the blank. Here we go. Again, I know sometimes it can be hard to stop, but you can continue these for as long as you want at another time. Just trying to give you guys some exercises to carry with you. So again, place your hand on your heart, one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly, and just feel that. Feel that deep gratitude and appreciation for yourself. Pause, deep, appreciate, or pause, breathe, appreciate. And now this third exercise is appreciation for others. So you are going to take the next few minutes to think of people in your life that you're grateful for. And it doesn't even have to be that. It can be any name that comes to mind. And maybe you say, Abra, I am grateful for you for blank, and I thank you. Roger, I am grateful for you because blah, 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 and I thank you. So that thank you is a very important piece of this. So go ahead and we'll do that again for another 3 or 4 minutes. Start thinking about the people you're grateful for. Here we go.
I'm not hearing any music. I don't know if that's just me.
Shit. Now, your homework with this one is after this workshop to actually maybe text this to the people that came to mind. It can be one sentence. Bobby, I thought of you and I wanted to tell you I'm grateful for blank and I thank you. This can be an opportunity to open the door for others to bring in that experience of gratitude into their life. And then I would also encourage you for the exercise we did before to do some mirror work. So after this workshop, go to the mirror and actually read those things that you are thankful for yourself. And if you pick your top 7, doing those every single day, whether it's in the morning or before you go to bed, and then every week picking 7 new things that you're grateful for towards yourself, and begin that process of forgiveness, because it can be multi-generational and very layered. So it is worth it to do it daily. So how's everyone feeling? Do you want to keep going? I have one more exercise. I just want to make sure everyone's dropped like a 2 in the chat. If you're enjoying this, you want to keep going. If you feel called to come off and share how you're feeling in this experience, that's good too. Okay, Amy wants to keep going. Shayla wants to keep going. Chelsea wants to keep going. All right. These are my gratitude diehards right here. Okay, so this next one is kind of a bigger one. I'm gonna copy and paste some things in the chat for you all. These are a handful. Uh-oh, I hope it lets me. Copy paste. So I tried to start us off we started off broad and then we got more specific, and now we're going to go back to being broad. So let's see if I can copy these. I don't know if it's letting me for some reason. Oh no. Okay, well, I guess I'm just going to have to read them to you guys. So what we're going to focus on now is what we're grateful for in the last year, because I think it's really important for us, in order for us to know where we're going and what we want to create. It's really important to reflect and give thanks on the past and what has gotten us to where we are, whether it's good, bad, challenging, fun, heart-wrenching, all of it. So I'm going to say these questions, and I'll just, since it's not letting me paste, we'll just kind of do it quickly together, and then I can get you guys these questions for you to do on your own. But number 1, what are you most grateful for in the past year? Write down whatever comes to mind. Number 2, what was a hard experience that you are grateful for because of the lessons you learned? Number 3, what relationship were you most grateful for and why? Number 4, what new understanding are you most grateful for? Number 5, what unexpected lesson did you learn that you're most grateful for? Number 6, what perception shift are you most grateful for? Number 7, what family action or interaction happened in the last year that you are most grateful for? Number 8, what aha moment or maybe miracle moment are you most grateful for? And I recognize some of these maybe take some more time to think about. But like I said, I can get you these questions. You can revisit them. What moment in the last week are you most grateful for? In the past year or past little bit, what was one of the most beautiful things that you experienced? In the last year, what was an experience that brought you supreme joy? What experience in nature can you remember being most grateful for? What new skill that you've adopted are you most grateful to have learned? What is one of the most uncomfortable moments you can remember that you are now grateful to have experienced? What personal boundary of yours are you most grateful to have learned about? What big decision that you had to make are you most grateful that you did? What risk did you take that you are most grateful you took? What is one way that you simplified your life over the past year and you are now grateful to have this simplicity in your life? Okay, two more. What activity of self-care are you most grateful for? And last but not least, maybe the most important one, what dream are you most grateful to hold? Okay, so that's a handful of questions. You know, you can make up your own questions, but I find it's really helpful, especially when you're getting in feelings of like comparison or, okay, this might not be working, feeling like you need to pivot, you know, reflecting on the past year and recognizing the things that have gone really well and maybe the things that didn't go so well, but turned out to be a lesson learned. And that can help in making new decisions and redirecting your thoughts, actions, behaviors, so on and so forth. So that's what I have for you guys today. Again, you know, implementing gratitude meditations, gratitude journalings, gratitude reflections, a gratitude jar, gratitude mirror work can all be really, really helpful on a day-to-day basis. And do any of you want to jump off and just share how that experience was for you or how you're feeling now compared to when you first jumped in? Okay, it's all good if you don't want to, because I get it. It's like a well, cool. Thank you all so much for being here. And if you don't already know where to find me, you can find me on Instagram at Journals of Journeys. I'm on Facebook at Mary Beth Fleming, and you can also email me if you want to get, you know, those questions or anything to have for your future practices, beingthebalance@gmail.com. So thank you all so much for being here and carving out your time and spending a Sunday afternoon with me doing this. I really appreciate it. And I hope it was helpful. And yeah, just everyone have a really great afternoon. Stop the recording.